Hello everybody, Hollywood John here. Let me tell you how hard it is to find a reputable pest control company for my 6 cribs in Gainesville, Florida. This is a warning, this is an explanation on how hard it is to find an exterminator and what I had to do to get a refund from the original exterminator after I discovered, not once, not twice, but the 3 times they tried screwing me over. Okay? 3 times they tried to screw me over. I'm gonna get into it right now. If you own multiple properties, if you own multiple Air Bnbs, this is probably, I hope not, but it's probably par for the course. This isn't anything new, but just to show people what goes in to getting pest control. It should be easy. You call, they come, they spray, they leave, that's it. No. So this is what happened. A couple months ago or so, a guest said that they saw roaches in the house. I know it's Florida. I know there's palmetto bugs, the big suckers, but this group said they saw little roaches. I said, oh no. So we went in there and we sprayed ourselves. I thought that would do the trick, but it didn't. A few guests later, some roaches crawled on a gentleman's bagel as he was about to eat it, and there was a 4-night stay. They were like in night 3. They said the kitchen is covered with roaches. They couldn't eat anything. They had to get Uber Eats. I said, cool. Here's all your money back. It's our fault. There were locals that were renting it because I think their house was going under construction for a few days. Here's your money. I'm totally embarrassed. Here's all your money back. Stay the extra night if you want. I don't care, but here's all your money back. But we're in the business of renting these houses to make a living for ourselves and provide a service to the community, okay? We're not in the business of having roach-infested roach coaches and giving refunds. And believe me, those guests would have rather stayed there with no roaches and paid than staying there with roaches and getting refunded, okay? They weren't complaining about every little thing. Roaches were roaches. They were easygoing guests that were driven out by, you ever see that movie Joe's Apartment back in the day? It was like a roach chorus line in the kitchen. So anyway, I call one extermination company who I used to go through, but I think they were bought out by a larger company. So I call, this nice lady answers, and I said, I need someone, I got German roaches, I need someone today or tomorrow, please send some people. And they go, oh, well, we'll send a consultant next week to go over your pest control needs. I go, well, I don't need a consultant, I need someone to show up with some poison in a tank and spray. Oh, well, we have to, do a tour of the house and all this stuff. And eventually I just said no, because I don't want to wait 2 weeks. They wanted me to wait 2 weeks for an exterminator. Common sense would dictate what? See, a lot of business skills is simply having common sense. Roaches need to be dealt with immediately or as soon as possible, okay? So I hang up with them. I'm pretty bummed out. And I call this other company that, you look them up. They're around. They got billboards around town. And they answered, and they said they could have someone out the next day. Perfect. I went out there. I met with the exterminator. They sprayed, and they said since it's German cockroaches, there has to be a 3-spray magoo 1 month apart. Fine with me. That sounds right. You're the expert. That sounds reasonable. I'm ready to pay for 5 sprays. I don't care. But it had to be a month apart. If it was 3 sprays, a week apart, that'd be even better. I don't care about the fee that it takes to get them out there. I want the roaches gone, right? So they come out once, they spray, all good. Then we had bookings. We couldn't get them back in the house for a few weeks, right? Because it takes like 2 hours for the poison to dissipate because it's strong, strong poison. And I get an email from them, a very nice one, saying, hey, we'd like to reschedule your appointment, make the next appointment. Then a couple of days later, they emailed me again, and I said, thanks for following up with your email. I have to check the calendar, and I'll get back to you, because we had a lot of bookings, and it was getting to the point where it was about that month, right? But, there's bookings. I got to figure out if the cleaners are going to come and clean early, a day early, and that's fine if they do, but I can't have them cleaning, and then the exterminator comes in there and blasts them with poison. We just got to work stuff out, right? There's a lot of moving parts, but this is very urgent. We're going to get it done. So then, the next set of guests came in, and it wasn't an Air Bnb booking. It was like the other big company that does bookings. And the guest said, hey, great house, but we saw a lot of roaches in the kitchen last night. Oh, here we go. I said, look, I'm not giving them a refund. Like, I can't. Not again. The first time, okay, but I can't let that happen again. So I said, look, I'm so sorry. I'm going to call the exterminator first thing in the morning, and we're going to get someone to the property to spray. Call the people up. And it's a different receptionist than last time. And I said, hey, this is Hollywood John. Woo, woo, here's the address. How soon can we please get someone in there tomorrow? I understand today is short notice, but there's anything that could be done. She goes, oh, we just sprayed the house last week, it says here. We can't spray again until May because we can't spray again until May. We just sprayed the house. I said, okay. All right, well, thank you. And I hung up. I said, wait a second. You just sprayed the house. I didn't confirm an appointment. What are you talking about? So I called back. I said, hello? I was like, yeah, what day did you say again? She said, April 12th. I go, April 12th, you sprayed the house. All right. So what did I do? I checked the Ring camera. Exterminator pulls up. I go, okay, he's pulling up to the house. Okay, there wasn't any guest that day. It was an off day in between two stays, so maybe he did spray. That's great. I'd like some notice, but I'd rather have him spray and not give me notice than have him not spray and not give me notice. So he drives up to the house. He walks up to the door, rings the doorbell. No one answers because no one's there. And did he call me? No. Did he punch his door code in, which I gave the extermination company their own door code? No. He looked around. He sprayed the outside of the house and left. And then they billed me for a German roach, bug bomb treatment. I appreciate him spraying the outside of the house, but obviously that didn't work if there's bugs inside the house because it's I don't want to say infestation, but there was a lot of bugs. Like we needed that 2-hour bug bomb thing, So I call back and hello, sir, yes. I said, look, I have it on video. The exterminator did not enter the house. He sprayed outside, which was not in the work order. I wasn't notified that this guy was going to come. I need him to do a redo today or tomorrow. So I already kind of caught him. They billed me for the German roach treatment, and the guy just sprayed the outside. Like, that's not what I wanted. Or that's not what I needed. Okay, sir. Tom could come next week. I go, hey, next week? I need someone tomorrow or today. Please hold. Then all of a sudden, Tom could come the next day at 4:30. The next day was a Friday at 4:30. Call him on a Thursday. The next day was a Friday. Maserati Steve was in town. We were doing salsa and goofing off. Okay, fine. Hope the guest doesn't see any more roaches, but we have someone coming. So I email the guest or I message the guest. I say, look, someone's coming tomorrow at 4:30. Is that cool? Guest says, fine. Next day rolls around. I don't hear anything from the extermination company. All right, that's cool. I gave them the door code. I reiterated that there was a door code on the door. Cool, maybe they went in there and didn't tell me about it. I'll assume they did and not verify. I'll assume they did and not verify. What could go wrong? No. I checked the Ring camera. Car pulls up. I go, okay. 3 hours early, this car pulled up. 3 hours early. 3. Because at 4:35, when I checked the camera, there was no car. And I didn't get a call. So I looked early just to see if they came early. And they did come early. Guy pulls up 1:30, 3 hours early. Said, here we go again. They're not coming when they're supposed to. Hopefully, the guests weren't disturbed. But I guess it's better that they're coming 3 hours early, right? I mean, it's early. That's preferable to coming at 4:30. So the guy pulls up, gets out of his car, truck, whatever, enters the door code, opens the door to the house, looks around, and the guests weren't there, but looks around and goes, "Oh, I'm not spraying. There's baby clothes and there's shoes in the house." Yeah, it's a house. There's shoes and there's baby clothes in the house. I know, we understand that you're bug bombing it. That's why you're supposed to come at 4:30, and I let the guests know, right? They could have been eating dinner on me, of course, for those 2 hours. They could have been going to some attraction at my expense, of course. They're probably at a relative's house or doing what they came to town to do for those hours. You understand what I'm saying? They don't come, most people don't come and hang around the house all day. Not at this time of year, okay? They come here for something. So anyway, the exterminator goes, oh, there's shoes. I hear him on the Ring camera. I'm not spraying. And he leaves. Does he call me? No. Does someone from the extermination company call me? No. The guy just leaves. So I call the extermination company. I said, your guy came at 1:30. Supposed to come at 4:30. And he walked in the house, said there's baby clothes and shoes, like Ernest Hemingway, for sale, baby shoes never worn. And he left. He needs to come back now. Sir, he's off for the day. What do you mean he's off for the day? He was supposed to, it's 4:35 p.m. He was supposed to be at the house at 4:30. Where is he? He left for the weekend. It's Thursday. Yeah, he's off Friday. So he came early so he could leave early, is what happened. I'm not a moron. I don't think I am. Why do something at 4:30 when you go at 1:30 and then split for the weekend and go fishing on the river or something while my house is infested with roaches, which we're paying y'all to take care of? I go, well, where's the manager? He left, sir. He left? It's not 5 o'clock. Sir, he leaves at 4 p.m. I go, okay, you know what? Have this guy not come back to my house. Ever. And I want a refund for any money that y'all took. Sir, we have to get the manager to approve of that? Call him. He left, sir. Will he be in tomorrow? Which was Friday. Oh, maybe I got my days mixed up. Yeah, this is Thursday, the guy, yeah. And the next day was Friday. Yes, sir, he'll be in on Friday. And I said, are you sure? Because it is a Friday. I know you guys like to take vacations. Will he be in on Friday? Yes, sir, he'll be in on Friday. Fine. So I'm driving from one of my cribs back to my apartment to change clothes to go to salsa, my weekly salsa bachata night, Maserati Steve. And I'm driving down the street and I see one of their trucks right by one of my other houses. I almost veered into the lane. And I was like a residential street. I almost flagged the guy down. I was like, what's up, man? What are you guys doing? But the driver of this truck didn't know about the other guy not spraying. Try explaining that to somebody in an exterminator truck. Yeah, one of your other guys was supposed to spray. Can you turn around and spray this house real quick? Forget it. So Friday. Oh, and that makes it 2 times. They said they sprayed and they didn't, remember? Sprayed in the outside and then going in and walking out of the house. That's twice. Wake up, go to one of the other houses, Southwest Gainesville, to try to get this hot tub working. And I call back. Says the manager there. And it's this other receptionist. I go, sir, he's not working today. Not working today? The other lady said he was in the office. I'm the guy with the Air Bnb. Oh, we sprayed yesterday around 5 o'clock. Did you? Yes, sir, you called around 4:30 and we found someone to spray at 5. Oh, really? I might believe that, if not for the fact that I canceled the exterminator's door code and there's no way they could enter the house. But let's play this out. Let's game this out a little bit. I said, okay. If I check my Ring camera and it turns out that you didn't come and spray, what's the plan? And this lady was kind of nasty, but I'm not giving an inch of these morons. They're trying to rip me off. I was like, what's the manager's name? James. What's his last name? They wouldn't tell me this guy's last name. But he's gone until Tuesday. He's on vacation, by the way, just so you know. Everyone's on vacation, maxing and relaxing, while my house is infested with German roaches. So she puts me on hold for like 5-10 minutes, and in the meantime, I check the Ring camera, and they don't show up naturally. I was hoping that they would have showed up and knocked on the door. The guests would have let him in. That's the only way they could have got in. The code doesn't work. I said, look, I have to, I don't care if your manager's on vacation. I'm not on vacation. I'm dealing with a roach problem, and y'all tried to say you were out here 3 times and you never sprayed. You go like this, and you pull the trigger, and then this stuff comes out. That's all I wanted. And you show up twice and don't even do it. So I'm going to call my credit card company, I guess. I don't know what to do. It's fraud. I mean, what other way is it? Well, okay, sir. I was like, you know what? You have the manager call me. He's on vacation. I don't care if he's on vacation. I don't care. I tried to call him the other day. So anyway, I hang up. I call the corporate office, and they're looking up in their little computer, and they go, oh, yeah, baby clothes. The tech saw baby clothes, so he decided not to. Well, did he see a baby? Was he going to spray? Was there a baby in the baby clothes? Was there a baby wearing the baby clothes and wearing the shoes? You know what you also see in houses? A chair, a table, a bed, toilet paper. You know what you see in this house? Roaches, okay? You are there to kill the roaches. Don't look at the baby shoes. Don't look at the baby clothes. Don't look at the TV. Don't look at the swimming pool. Don't look at the bushes. Don't look at the outdoor storage chest. Don't look at the indoor storage chest. Don't look at the pool wand thing that you scrape stuff out of. Just spray the damn thing. And spray. The guy didn't spray. So I call corporate. I give him the spiel. And then a few hours later, the manager calls me back. And I'm like, dude, your company is like watching the Three Stooges trying to hang wallpaper. And then I had to run, this is the fun part. I had to run down this entire story for him because he didn't even know anything. And I got the refund we needed. I've never worked so hard for the little bit of money that they charged for the second spray. I mean, it's ridiculous. And I don't know if it's because this lady called the manager, said this guy's really pissed, or if it's because corporate called him or what. So no one sprayed. The guests left as they were supposed to. Got the 5-star review. Or maybe it was Airbnb. I don't know. I forgot now. And I told the guest, you come back, you're getting a fat discount. It's inexcusable, completely my fault. I was doing another video on my music channel about responsibility. Completely my fault. Thank you for being a great guest. They left the house pretty clean, Great. No problem. So then I did what I should have done is I asked Project Pat, aka Project Pat. I go, Pat, do you know of any exterminator? And you know how it is. Oh yeah, my friend's ex-girlfriend's cousin's brother's friend owns. I ain't gonna tell you all the name of it. This exterminator company. So then he calls the guy, and they're insulting each other for 30 seconds. You know how old friends do it with each other. And then at the very end, he goes, "Oh, I got a guy with 6 Air Bnbs, needs spraying." And Monday, they said, "Where do you want us to go?" Because that was a Friday. So on Monday, they said, "Where do you want us to be?" And I just gave them a list of addresses, the houses that were vacant, and they just showed up and started blasting. Indoors, outdoors. Guests leave a house, and it's a down for maintenance for a day. They're in there blasting, and they're invoicing. I'm paying. They're invoicing. I'm paying. Boom, 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 boom. So I think they're about halfway done because there has been guests in some of these places for a long time, so they can't just spray when there's a guest unless there's roaches. Thankfully, it's only one house we're dealing with the roaches, but we want to be preventative in other houses. So yeah, we did a whole walkthrough of the roach house the guy was there for like 30 to 40 minutes. Actually, I left. I'm like, I got to get lunch because I met him there. We walked the house. He looked under every nook and cranny, behind the fridge. He saw things that weren't done. He saw things that could have been done better by the original exterminators, because they did show up once. I was there. I saw them. Yeah, so that's all that to get someone to come and spray. And these new cats, they come, they spray, they conquer. I'm cool. You want that invoice paid? Was it net 15? I'll pay you in net 1. I'll pay you the next day or the same day or 2 days, whatever, you know. So this is a warning to all Airbnb owners, all homeowners, all real estate investors. You got to be like Robert De Niro in Casino, Ace Rothstein looking in that blueberry muffin. You got to watch everything. You got to watch everything. You got to watch everything. Even if it's just pulling up the video, okay, they showed up. Cool. That's the only way to do it. Because otherwise, I mean, people just miss showing up, you know. Next thing, just to give you a preview, the next thing, I had the cable company come and put cable at one of my units, and they left the line not buried. Like, oh, we're going to come back next week, bury the line. There's a different crew that comes out. Great. That was like 3 or 4 months ago. The line is still not buried. So you have a cable to Wi-Fi and cable not underground. So the lawnmower, people could hit it. You could just cut it. Like it's above the ground. It should be under the ground, you know? So that's the next thing. I'll probably be doing a video about calling, get people to do that, you know? So that's it for today's video. This is Hollywood John. Hope it was informative, and I'll see you next time.